Good morning, everybody. We had a snow event last night. You want to see it? Look. It's so pretty. It wasn't like a ton of inches, but look, I got my little puppy here with me. Say hey, Jax. He doesn't like the camera. He doesn't care about the camera. We got home just in time to get snuggled in off the roads, and our friends came over. Our Sunday night supper friends came over for dinner on a Tuesday. We had the best dinner and drinks, and watched the Something Graham show. Gosh, he's funny. He has a lot of people on his show he interviews. I like the way he pairs them together. Anyway, John is home, and I can kind of talk in regular voice because I think he's in the shower. But I wanted to tell you about my GLP-1 follow-up appointment yesterday, because I'm hoping to encourage people to find the right healthcare provider and support team for their journeys. It is such a relief to me, you guys. I've never had like a collaborative relationship, I don't think ever, with any of my doctors. Maybe when I was a kid, Dr. Burt. I went to him until I probably grew boobs. And then I love Dr. Burt. Gosh, Virginia Beach, if you know, you know. And then, anyway, back to Marissa. So I wrote down a couple of things that I wanted to talk to her about. One is I've been having, all my numbers went from like red to green, basically, except for my cholesterol, which increased the last time I had blood work. But my LDL was okay, but the other one was high-ish. It was high. I'm going to say it was like over 250. Maybe even 280. I don't know. I could be getting that wrong. She said that was kind of indicative more of maybe hereditary, and was I taking my statin? Went into the whole statin thing, blah, blah. Okay, fine. I'm on like a really low dose, and I've been sporadically taking it, which now I think I'm going to kick that higher into gear. The other thing was I was afraid to talk to her about like the split dosing. I did bring it up, like I sprinkled it in a conversation to see what kind of eyeball or reaction I was going to get. Like preparing myself for like, you cannot do that and you're fired and blah, blah, blah. Not at all. She actually didn't really react to it at all. But we, like I said, I sprinkled it in with some other things, took care of business, and she came back to that. And my point to her was, it seems like with the research I've done, I need to get to like the next level, all right? I've had this stall. I was finally able to break it by going to 80 units. I was afraid to jump up to 10 because I'm a wimp. But 80 units worked for me, 8.0, the concentration that I'm on compounded. Tirzepatide, you might be on a different concentration, so do not pay attention to. But a lot of people are on the same, I guess, milliliter dosing structure that I'm on, so that's what I'm saying it. I told her that I finally broke my stall on that, and I did, and I dropped like 4 to 5 pounds, and that I was curious of split dosing because it seemed like the shizzle was at 10. My friends, and like if I get online and do searches, I'm looking at other people's posts and vlogs and whatnot, and it really seems like it all starts, in the beginning, and then there's a little more action up at 10. At least for me, I didn't have barely any action between 5 and 7.5. I think I went up to 7.25, and then anyway, bumped it up to 8, and I finally got some action. However, I had a headache for like 2 weeks straight, and I'm like exhausted from that. Turns out that might be from something else, but that's a whole other story. So, back to the split dosing, I said, I just was in a situation where I had to be in the office every day, and I couldn't just like take, I could get my shot on a Friday and then have like those couple of days to be around the house if I needed to be. But if I work all week, I don't want to blow my weekends on laying around. Excuse me. And she was like, I don't blame you. So at the end of the appointment, she said, you could try split dosing, which I already had. I don't know that I quite divulged that I had, but I love that she, you know, said that it was an okay thing to do. She talked about the timeline of it all. She talked about how to do it, and I was probably not doing it right. Um, you have to give yourself whatever your dose is, like say 80 units for me. I had to give myself the 80 units, and then 4 or 5 days later, instead of waiting 7 days, do a split dose. So you do 4 milliliters, and then 4 days later, do 4 milliliters. So you're getting a dose of 8 in a week or close to, but you have to start with the loaded dose first to keep your peak at a higher level in your body. I also found, and I gotta figure out how to link it. Go on Dr. Kevin Joseph's YouTube channel, and he has a post about dosing. And in his crib notes, hit more, and there's a link to a dosing chart that is super cool. It's general, but it's geared towards semaglutide and tirzepatide compounds, or just those two GLP-1s. There might be another one in there too. And you can see how it like gets in your body, how long it stays up at the peak, when it starts to come down. And I did 2 charts, one of just like once a week, like every 7 days, taking a shot of like where I am, 8.0. And it could say peak, and then it kind of goes down, peaks, goes down. Everything down in the bottom is shot day. In the trough, that's shot day, and then it goes up. And then it comes back down, and represents 1 week. Split dosing, I couldn't figure out like what my level would be if I started at 8 and then dropped back down to 4, so I kind of did both. But when you split dose, it goes up, shot days down here, goes up, and then it kind of trails, and then it goes down. So you're kind of up in a higher level of it in your body for like an extra day or two. So you get this like even. Okay, so that's all well and fine, but I will say I've been doing that for a couple weeks now, and I haven't lost any weight. I feel good. I feel really good. Like, I feel like, I feel good, but I'm not losing weight. So, I'm going to go back. Actually, I'm going to swing back over to the 8.0 and try that again for a couple or 4 weeks and see if I can get like a new little plateau, because again, I've got like 30 or 40 pounds to lose. I might not make it that far down. I'm sure I could if I pressed, but I'm not going to kill myself getting there. I'm just not. I mean, I'm on a health journey. I'm not trying to get into a string bikini by June. All right, so there's that. The not so great news is that I probably didn't realize it, but I did clear my throat probably more than the average bear and have like a little bit of a cough. And I have had some soreness in here, and I've had a headache. And now that I've gone back and looked at the bullet points, I'm like, oh, shoot. So she's checking my thyroid. Now, I have had this feeling before I started the GLP-1s. So I'm not going to get hung up on did this shot cause this or kick something into gear because I'll never know. What I know is before today, and I actually didn't look it up until this morning because I was like, what difference does it make? I either have an issue or I don't. I haven't had the scan yet. I've used to go off the rail and get all worried about, oh, the worst case scenario, like jump right into the thyroid cancer box, right? And then nothing. And I'm not doing that this time. I'm going to go with, okay, I could have like a little thyroid issue, but I'm going to go with maybe a little medication to help me even it out and not the worst case scenario. Because what good is worrying going to do about it? I don't even know. So that's like going to be a little side journey for me is figuring out my thyroid. But I thought that my dry, brittle hair and my hair loss was due to the weight loss. And it might have been a combo, but apparently I have a little thyroid sitchy poo. I'm not stopping my shot. How about that? How about them apples? All right, I gotta go. I hear John's out of the shower now. I gotta go get in the shower. I have a work day. And if I start now, blowing off my car, I might actually get to work in time for our delayed start day today, which is 11. And I just do not want to go outside at all. I'm tempted to call in. I don't feel well. I'm kidding. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. But gosh, I'm so comfy here in my little space. I really am. I do feel this. It's like it's not pain, it's like a soreness. Like when you're strained and have like a hoarse voice. It just feels strained. All right, I gotta go. I hear people shoveling, it's stressing me out. All right, have a good day, everybody. I'll keep you posted on the I am gonna gear up for my next little hopefully weight loss in a week or two. And she did say I need to see a dermatologist. I'm thinking might be past. Just cover that up. All right, have a good day. Bye.